Hello friends. On the behalf of Progressive Education Society's Modern College of Pharmacy, Nigdi, Pune, myself, Dr. Narendra Parihar, Assistant Professor, I welcome you all. Today's topic is Community Pharmacy. So these are the books which you have to refer for the Community Pharmacy subject. So let's start with the introduction. Pharmacy as a profession and as a healthcare discipline has gone through phenomenal changes and development during the last few decades at global as well as regional levels. In the past, pharmacists were known by names like alchemists, apothecaries, and compounders. In India, they were known by Dawaiwala or Medical Wala. Modern pharmacists are professionally qualified, scientifically trained, and technically competent healthcare professionals knowing the secrets and facts of drugs and medicines. So the face of pharmacy may have changed over the past 1,000 years, but its traditional roles remains the same. Although the preparation and preservation of drug products have moved from pharmacy to the pharmaceutical industry, the pharmacy continues to fulfill the prescriber's intention by not only dispensing a medication but also by providing a quality product, providing advice and information, and monitoring the drug therapy. Means the face of pharmacy has changed from last 1,000 years, but its traditional roles remain the same. So traditional role is to compound and dispense the medications. So almost two-thirds of all prescription drugs in US are dispensed by community pharmacies. So one of the key characteristics of community pharmacies, they have the close interaction with the patients or the community people. So let's see the history of some pharmacy. So in ancient India, the sources of drugs were of vegetable, animal and mineral origin, means Ayurveda. They were prepared empirically by few experienced persons, and the knowledge of that medical system was usually kept secret within a family. So there were no scientific methods of standardization of a drugs or medicine. So then Muslim rule in India. The Indian system of medicine declined during the Muslim rule while the Arabic or the Unani system flourished. British rule in India. The Western or the so-called allopathic system came into India with the British traders who later become the riders. So before 1940, initially all the drugs were imported from Europe. Later, some drugs of this system began to manufactured in this country. So drugs were mostly exported in crude form and imported in finished form. During the World War I, the imports of drugs were cut off. Imports of drugs were resumed after the war, and the manufacturer abroad took the advantage of this situation. So these were the consequences because of the import of drugs was resumed or cut off. So foreign manufacturers dumped inferior quality medicines and adulterated drugs. Markets were full of all sorts of useless and deleterious drugs were sold by unqualified person. So for example, poisons due to quinine, selling of chalk powder tablets in place of quinine. So let's see the father of Indian pharmacy education, who started the pharmacy education in India. So Sir Mahadeva Lal Shroff, he was the one who introduced 3-year course in pharmacy in Banaras Hindu University. So these are the different laws which are directly or indirectly have reference to a drugs or medicines. So we will not see in detail about all these law. Okay, so we'll directly start with PCI. PCI is a Pharmacy Council of India. Introduction Pharmacy Act 1948 was passed by the central government for the constitution of Pharmacy Council of India, which was constituted on 9th March 1949 to ensure the uniform education and training to individuals throughout the country who are interested in the profession of pharmacy. So what were the objectives? Objectives were to regulate the pharmacy education in the country, to allow the registration as a pharmacist under the Pharmacy Act, to regulate the profession and practice of pharmacy. So profession of pharmacy is a noble profession as it is indirectly healing the persons to get well with the help of medical practitioners and other co-professionals. Government has restricted the practice of pharmacy to only the pharmacy profession. That is, a registered pharmacist under the Pharmacy Act 1948 will only practice the pharmacy in a particular area in India. So what are the different laws which a community pharmacist should know, and he should be included and acknowledged about these laws? So first, Pharmacy Act 1948, Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1940, Indian Medical Council Act 1956, Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substance Act 1985, Drugs and Remedies, these are Objectionable Advertisement Act, is 1954, etc. There are many laws in pharmacy, but these are the importance which a community pharmacist should know. And the newer regulations which came in 2050 is Pharmacy Practice Regulation. Means what are the practices a community pharmacy can conduct in a community pharmacy. Now you will see the important roles and responsibilities of community pharmacists. First, establishment of professional pharmacy. Dispensing of medicines from community pharmacy outlet is a primary activity of professional pharmacists. Design and establishment of a professional pharmacy outlet is the first responsibility. Since pharmacy reflects the image of the profession in society, its setup, exterior and interior decoration should be made to follow concept of patient care services. According to the international trends and professional activities, the retail pharmacy should be named as pharmacy. Medical stores or many other such names has built unprofessional image of pharmacy. Means for example, in India there are lot of pharmacy whose name starts with like Rakesh Medicals and General Stores. So this should be changed. They should keep as a Rakesh Pharmacy, or you can say like any other Indian pharmacy, Hindu pharmacy, etc. The right establishment of retail pharmacy is influenced by the attitude of pharmacist. A storekeeper attitude is sufficient to run a medical store, but pharmacist professional role can only be developed by a community pharmacist. So second is a dispensing of medication. Dispensing of prescription is a highly professional and technical job, and it involves not mere reading the list of the items and selling these like any other household products. Pharmacists should thoroughly evaluate the prescription. The instructions related to use and storage of drugs help a patient to adhere to their medications and in turn get maximum benefit from their medicines. Procurement of quality medicines from licensed wholesale. Storing stock in desired control environment conditions means a storage conditions. Use of modern approaches for removal of products from shelves. Billing and packing are the various activities pharmacist has to perform in the community pharmacy. So the chief pharmacist with the help of technical staff can provide dispensing services in effective manner. Third, family pharmacist. It is a practice where the patient and his family members take all their medicines from same outlet. It will not only be beneficial to maintain consistency in business but will also benefit the patient. The concept of family physician is not new to the society, and on similar lines and on going a step ahead, pharmacist has to develop himself as a family pharmacist. Maintaining a PMR, that is patient medication record of an individual patient, is a primary step of serving as family pharmacist. It is beneficial in avoiding drug-drug interactions, which is major drawback of polypharmacy. Personal relationship with family members of a patient, information about their lifestyles, allergic reactions and hereditary problems which are included in PMR serves as a helping tool for pharmacists to ensure the suitability of medicines for the patients. Fourth, patient counseling. Patients have the right to get every information about their medicines, including adverse effects, drug interactions, food and beverage interactions, precautions during medications, how to take, when to take, and how much to take, what to do in case of any complications occurred after taking the medicines, etc. So these are all the problems associated with the patients which can be clarified by a community pharmacist. One-to-one interactions with the patient can thoroughly assess the patient's knowledge and improve understanding about the therapy. Use of patient information leaflets in the vernacular language and pictograms are the effective ways to educate the patient. The pharmacist can also develop a handy and useful product information leaflet using his own knowledge of therapeutics and drug information from various relevant sources. It will ensure and improve adherence to medication by the patient. Spending a prescription is a highly professional and technical job, and it involves not merely reading the list of items and selling these like any other household products. Fifth, treating common ailments. As and when possible and permissible, the pharmacist can give basic treatment such as providing OTC drug in case of common cold, headaches, emesis, and loose motion. Emesis means vomiting, or for contraception, etc. By doing this, he should not promote self-medication and should take responsibility regarding the outcome of treatment or therapy. Next, drug information services. The medical practitioners do not generally have enough time to access unbiased information and rely heavily upon the pharmaceutical industry for drug related information. The pharmacist should share information regarding the standard therapeutic procedures, quality, and cost effectiveness of drugs, alternative therapies, and adverse drugs reactions also. Printed literatures, different databases systems, and online informations are the main sources of current information. Millions of people visit pharmacy every day. Thus, the pharmacist is one of the best professionals to make access to unbiased and evidence-based information to promote the health. Next, professional relationship. Pharmacists have necessary knowledge of quality and cost of medicines. He can appraise the evidence and help the physician in selection of the proper brand of drug. Next, health screening services. Screening services includes estimation of blood glucose, blood pressure, cholesterol, and calculating body mass index on routine basis. A qualified and trained pharmacist should have a license with medical practitioner in providing health screening services to the patient. Attempts to provide health screening services will enhance the image of pharmacist as a healthcare professional. Home care services. Pharmacists should extend their services to geriatrics and bedridden patients. Here, pharmacists should supply medicines, give advice, and develop dose regimen to improve the quality of life and outcome of treatment. Next is continue education. Continuing professional educational programs will improve the knowledge and train the pharmacist about the pharmaceutical care concept. Means these programs are organized for the registered pharmacist of community pharmacy. Since a single pharmacist cannot sell and counsel the patient in a busy pharmacy, all the staff should be adequately trained. To ensure the rational use of medicines in community pharmacists should organize training programs for healthcare providers and consumers. Next, health promotion. Pharmacists should participate in health promotions, social activities, and national health programs. All the illnesses do not require medicines, but mere physiologically support, psychologically supports, motivations, and attitudinal changes. Pharmacists can guide patients about lifestyle changes and non-pharmacological means to remain healthy. Next is a clinical services. In developed countries, about 30% of hospital admissions are due to drug-induced reactions. In India, such data is not available, but definitely the percentage would be many more. To overcome this, the retail pharmacist can play a key role in improving the patient's medication adherence, identifying the possible drug interactions, monitoring and reporting the adverse drug reactions to a concerned national authority with help to develop facts and figures for drug induced reactions and hospital admission. So these are the various activities or roles and responsibilities of community pharmacist. He has a wide variety of playing a role in a healthcare profession in a community with a normal people. So thank you. Here we have seen the role of community pharmacist and introduction of a community pharmacist. In next lecture, we will see community pharmacy management, how to establish a community pharmacy in a particular area. Thank you.